Text, or titles, or supers as they're called in video vernacular, are an integral part of your video production process. It's hard for me to imagine a video production that doesn't use text somewhere in that process. You can make all kinds of titles in Premiere Pro. It has this great tool called the titler. In this lesson, I want to demonstrate some of the various kinds of titles you can make inside Premiere Pro, and in subsequent lessons, I'll explain how to do that. If you want to follow along with this demonstration, go to Working Files, go to Projects, and go on down to 1601 Supers. One of the most frequently used supers is a location super. Now we look at this shot here and we say, oh, lovely scene, but we don't really know where it is. Well, the narrator can say where it is, but the super can reinforce that or replace the narration like this. So now this establishing shot has been rounded out. Not only is it a lovely scene, but it's specifically in Sonoma County, California, like so. You can use supers when you've got somebody on screen and you want to identify that person. The narration may identify that person, or you can use the supers to replace the narration or reinforce the narration, like this.
Good job. That is exactly what I want you to do.
And supers can also reinforce how the person's name is spelled. And one thing you want to do, if you've got someone's name up there, make sure you spell their name properly. You can have a list and you can reveal elements of the list like this. One title, another title, third one, and a fourth one. And these are actually titles from a recent concert with a group that I sing with called the Occidental Community Choir. So I'm not making those guys up, but you can see how you can reveal them one at a time. And I revealed them using the crop effect. The crop effect you'd think would slide down the screen, but you can pop it on the screen like that as well. Sometimes you're talking about things where there are lots of names and dates and things like that, and it's a good idea to reinforce those with titles. Particularly when doing family history stories, you want to sort of set it up. Here's the main topic. This is the thing we're going to cover. Then you might want to have sort of subtext to it. It's going to be about this family and their new life in America. Then you might even have a sub-theme to the whole thing, and that's going to be your musical connection here somehow, that this guy was the fellow who started the whole musical thing going with your family. Something like that. So the text helps reinforce that. It can also give you dates rather than having you state those dates all the time because they can get a little confusing. So they just reinforce it there on the screen. You've seen movies that use rolling credits like this. You can create these rolling credits in Premiere Pro, no problem, and they will roll like this. You can decide how they roll, start on screen, start off screen, things like that. And you determine how fast they go based on the length of the credits. If I were to make this shorter like this, then the credits would go much faster like this. Or you can make them go slower by dragging them out farther like this. They just last for as long as the clip lasts. Finally, we've got crawling text, and you've seen this now tons of times. It's used in almost every single news program these days, and the anchor person may be saying something really important about some major news event that happened during the day, and then the crawling text at the bottom there, which I guess is supposed to reinforce what the anchor is saying, is distracting you, and then in the end you kind of go, wait a minute, what was that story about? Or what was that stuff crawling across the screen? I don't know. So do use your crawling text discriminately. Now I want to show you the titler. I'm going to go back over here and double click on one of these titles to open it up. This is what the titler looks like. It is a super feature. I would rather work in this titler than with the title tools in Photoshop or After Effects. This is such a great tool. I wish it was used universally across all of the Adobe products, but here we've got it inside Premiere Pro. If this were a standalone product, I'm sure it'd be worth hundreds of dollars, but here you get it for free inside Premiere. It lets you make all kinds of things. The text, for example, has borders around it. They're called strokes, has drop shadows, has this graphic, this rectangle with its orange border around there where the color of the border changes. You've got this lovely graphic over here, all kinds of things you can create with text. Also comes with all these styles. All you got to do is click on one and it just changes to that style. You can try out all kinds of styles and decide which one's going to work for you. It's so easy to do that. This titler just has tons of features, and I'm going to go over a good number of them in the upcoming lessons.